It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made-up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking, it only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
New People Pickleball.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
My name is Simone Jardim. The biggest thing that I have struggled with is recovery. Going from one day of competition and then having to come back again and compete at the same level that I competed the day before. A lot of things that are available have really high content of sugar. I want something that has some taste that is not going to be bad for me. I started taking the Jigsaw Electrolyte Supreme and pickleball cocktail for hydration and recovery. It has been a game changer.
Car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your finances. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made-up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking, it only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Said getting there would be easy. So we work, we drill, we train. And while we do whatever it takes to gain even the slightest edge, we found our biggest. Electrum has the most grip for spin and touch without sacrificing any power. Electrum, earn your edge.
What if you could have shades like these for a fraction of big brand prices? With Shady Rays, you can. We're an independent company, so we do things differently. We offer high-quality polarized shades for a reasonable price. And we personally replace any pair that gets lost or broken. And so far, we've racked up over 100,000 five-star reviews. I founded Shady Rays so that we could have sunglasses that stand up to whatever life throws at us. Order now and get 50% off 2 pairs at shadyrays.com.
I think this is going to be our most successful launch ever. I'm really excited.
Hey, everybody, I have your coffee. Awesome. There you go, boss.
Ben, mine was supposed to be iced. I asked for soy milk.
I ordered a 9-shot, 1-pump mocha, non-fat, no whip with exactly 4 shakes of cinnamon. This is only 3.
I'm sorry, guys. I can fix this. Let me just get these back.
You should probably stick to pickleball.
Mine's plain water.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a few years old or dinosaur old, we want to buy your car. Go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
There we go.
This tournament is brought to you by Baird Wealth Management, Duber, Select Medical, Dura, Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts, Fitvine, Hyperice, Carvana, our name sponsor, Acrotech Sports Surfaces, Guaranteed Rate. And it's time to play ball. Dave Fleming here with fellow senior pro Scott Crandall. And Scott, here we are. We're at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. Beautiful day here in Scottsdale, Arizona. We've got a great match to start off the day here. We've got Ben Johns, our number 1 seed, against the 16th seed, which sounds like, what's that going to be? The 16th seed is a very talented pickleball player.
Dylan Frazier is a great athlete. He's one of the younger players on tour. He's very quick. He has some good experience, and I'm expecting a competitive match. I really enjoy, one of the great things about pickleball is there's all different kinds of technique that work. And I love Dylan's technique because it's so small. It makes it very hard to read. He doesn't take huge backswings. And so his deception is excellent. So I'm looking for a very competitive match today.
All right, we got Bob Phillips as the referee and Ben Johns to serve to Dylan Frazier. Here we go. Let's play pickleball. And Jay de Villiers playing ball boy here for us right out the gate here, getting the ball for Frazier. Frazier will spin his paddle 217,000 times during this match. Tweener on
right
point
off the
number
bat.
2.
Dylan set that whole thing up with a nice low passing shot and had to pop it up, and then from there, Dylan just hit 3 great shots in a row.
1-0.
Usually one does it. That's quality.
Frazier again following in low passing shots, dropping it, and then whipping it with a short backswing you mentioned, and he's up 2-0. Same guy.
Well, when you're trying to keep it low, you're going to miss low occasionally, but if you miss high, Ben will make you pay.
Yep.
0-2.
That was good. He guided that right up the line for
Beautiful
a winner.
play by Frazier, and no nerves, just coming up playing aggressively. Tremendous cut spin on that return by Johns, and Frazier's footwork wasn't quite there to get a solid swing at it, but good early start.
Well, when you're playing the best player in the world, there's no pressure on you, so Dylan doesn't have to think too hard. He can just see ball, hit quality shot, and you know, do the best he can. Right now, it's working.
And the first net court of the match goes in the favor of Ben Johns, the Maryland Terrapin student. And again, Frazier cutting off that cross-court ball and going down the line into the open court.
That's a great answer for Ben's cross-court cat and mouse. A little different when Ben hits it with the forehand and there's some topspin, it's running away from you.
Yes.
Dylan's quick, but not quite that quick.
Good patience, and Frazier's kept him off the board. Sometimes that middle return takes angles away, so you'll see that throughout the day as we progress as well, Scott.
It takes angles away, and because Frazier is so quick, he can get to either spot.
And Dylan Frazier is making a statement early here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. 3-0 right out the gate.
And Ben Johns isn't playing poorly.
No.
Dylan is hitting combinations of quality shots.
Great anticipation to take that ball out of the air into the open court before Johns could recover. And that caught the sideline, and we are at 5-zip Frazier.
That caught the outside of the sideline. If that's a generous call.
Yeah. We will play that again here at the PPA. That is a let.
5-0.
And just the onslaught from Frazier continues.
I was about to compliment Johns on getting a deeper return and setting himself up, but Frazier had the answer.
6-0.
So here's where experience pays off. Johns is not upset about this, certainly, but not happy. But he can use that experience to come back.
It was the first time Ben had returned to Frazier's backhand corner, which is what you'd expect to happen more. Ben's been returning to Frazier's forehand.
So we're going to take a quick timeout as Ben Johns down 6-0 has called timeout. We'll be right back. So all of our breaks are brought to you by Takea there. We appreciate their support of the PPA Tour. And we've got an upset brewing here. Dylan Frazier up 6-0. John's staring him down now. Let's see if the timeout works in his favor.
I really thought Johns was going to start returning to the backhand, but he went right back to the forehand, which Dylan has more than proved that he's got the answer.
And a ridiculous dipping forehand there with the topspin, and it is 8-0 Frazier.
8-0.
Frazier can't track that one down. All right, let's see if Johns can dig up a reply here. And the Johns drops into the kitchen are sailing a little too far and enabling Frazier to take that out of the air. He's doing a great job of that, and that's why he keeps getting the ball back. You hate to miss an opportunity with a sitter right there to get to 9.
From this angle, I couldn't tell if he went right at Johns or not.
And John's just not sharp yet when he is serving. 8-0 Frazier.
I think Frazier would like to have that first passing shot back.
Yeah, had some room, and then Johns caught him in the body. Frazier again paints the line and inside out, and
well, that's what's tough against Frazier. Because you can't read his paddle on the backswing, those cat and mouse points, he's very good at. To me, the story so far has been Frazier's first forehand ground stroke has been pretty accurate and pretty low.
Yes.
Which gets him immediately ahead in the point. And when you're ahead when you're serving.
And this might be the longest Ben Johns has ever served without scoring a point. What a shot by Frazier there.
I'm
stunned.
I think he might have called that ball out. Ooh. See, this is where you don't want to think too hard about. I'm up 8-0 against Ben Johns.
Get that serve in and go. Again, Frazier coming forward off of the drop, making a good first volley and finishing.
And being very quick and very ready.
Serve on the line, sails deep, and folks, that score is not a misprint. It is 9-0 Frazier.
Ben continues to return to Frazier's forehand.
And Ben Johns is on the board, and I did not expect that to be a stunning development, but there he is. Let's see if one can become many. That sails deep, and again, Johns just can't get the ball to bounce like he would like, and Frazier had a ball to easily put away there.
Looked like pressure to me.
Yep.
There's the quick snap, the Frazier quick snap forehand.
Yeah, tough you talked about the read and the compactness, and it's working brilliantly. That return sails deep, and folks, it is game point for Frazier at 10-2. Wasn't able to execute that one, so
it's his second forehand. He's rolled low into the net, but I like those numbers because he's made about 20.
He has. That return sails a bit long.
Yeah. I think Frazier just said it's okay. It's in the budget.
Yep. That ball doesn't come up. Drive by Johns very high, though, uncharacteristically. And game point number 2 for Frazier.
That return, a little more penetrating, a little more spin. It stayed low. That was a tough forehand.
Frazier has hit this right sideline about 11 times in this first game.
He's either hit it or hit it near enough. I feel like Ben is very generous with the calls, which I respect a lot.
So
Frazier's got to clean that up. Yeah. You can't gift Ben this many return misses. We all know, we've all seen, Ben has multiple gears.
Yes.
If he shifts,
there's some scary ones.
If he shifts up a little bit, this game can still be his.
Frazier another chance here. Hits the deck, still scampers out of it, but Johns finishes and gets the ball back again. Can he continue to make a run at Frazier? The answer is yes. And there's the precision that we didn't see earlier in this match, Scott.
Ben's shot quality has gone up to me since he was down 2-10. He sort of turned it on at that moment. Now he's hitting Ben Johns' shots.
Inside out forehand volley goes just wide, and Frazier gets another chance to take game number 1. Frazier read it.
He read it, but he's got to execute. That was.
But couldn't finish it. Johns within 4 with the ball. Great volley by Frazier to keep Johns deep.
He needs to close this game out because Ben's getting better and better.
And a little overzealous there, and 4 game points have gone astray. But that is the lead he carries into this. 10-6 and gets a miss.
So those great forehand passes that Frazier was hitting early in the game are now not as close to the line, not quite as sharp. Ben's on that volley.
And a unforced error from Johns, and folks, Dylan Frazier has woken up the entire place. The draw, the vending machine that Carvana has here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. Dylan Frazier wins game 1, 11-6. We'll be right back with game 2.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
All right, Dave Fleming back here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open with fellow senior pro Scott Crandall. And folks, Dylan Frazier takes game 1, 11-6. Has the ball to serve. Let's see what reply comes from Ben Johns, the number 1 seed. Quite a reply to start game 2.
This tells me something about Ben. I was wondering if he would continue returning to the Dylan Frazier forehand, and he did. 0-0. A great return by Frazier. Nice and deep and very accurate into that corner. Made for a very tough third for Johns.
0-0. Again, that's a let here on the PPA. Reserve it. Bob Phillips calling all the action as the referee. Wow. Unbelievable two-handed roll off a pinpoint return by Johns.
I guess that's why he's been returning to the forehand.
All right, so down a game, down a point.
0-1. Quality return followed by a very accurate quality volley.
Just deep, no way to track that down and throw it back in the kitchen.
That volley looked routine. It is a lot harder than Dylan made it look.
1-0.
And the quick hands of Frazier win that exchange, and he is up 2-0 here in game 2.
2-0.
Wow, everything going Frazier's way. Net cord jumps over the paddle of Johns.
And if he can keep playing with this mentality, he is not overthinking. He is just playing ball where it belongs and just making that forehand pass.
That return sails deep, and folks, it's 11-6, 4-0 Frazier.
4-0.
I wanted to say, Frazier needs to keep hitting those that get the depth on your serve.
Yep.
0-4.
And there is a BB from Johns. Gets himself on the board here in game 2. Can he put a run together and put all that pressure we talked about, Crandall, here in game number 2?
Frazier's so fast, I did not expect him to. I expected that to be put away.
2-4.
And 0-4 is quickly 3-4.
3-4.
And now we're knotted at 4. Tremendous hands by Johns, but good patience by Frazier to finish that. But now for the first time, a little pressure's been put back on him. He's up 4-0. It's now 4-all.
Such quick hands. Frazier just keeps his paddle out in front. I mean, Ben is known as having the quickest hands in the world, but Frazier was just ready, and got what he wanted.
That's what makes him a very aggressive player in doubles as well, and you see the benefits here in the singles game. All right, Johns to serve, 4-5.
4-5.
Just ridiculous angle from Johns there.
He
could
hit
get off the net and then trouble.
He got to hit it with enough pace, though, because Frazier is so fast, and he did. He made it look routine.
And now Johns has been able to bounce those balls so that Frazier can't use those fast hands out of the air. And Johns has his first lead of the day. See if the youngster calls a timeout here. He does not. He does.
There it is.
So at 7-5, we're going to come back. Frazier's going to get himself composed. This break is brought to you by Takea. All right, Dave Fleming back here with Scott Crandall at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open, and the tide has turned.
Yeah, Ben has sharpened up his third shot, and he's playing some longer points, which are always to his advantage.
7-5.
Textbook Ben Johns singles with a big Ernie finish.
Yeah, you said it. Ben is now getting the ball to bounce, and then he has time to stalk And he knows what you're going to do before you do, so he's in great position.
Got to cheat on the Serengeti right now. All right, so Frazier's got the ball back, down 3. Can he find that forehand that was so effective in game 1 to set himself up?
And I'd like him to set himself up with a deeper, a deeper return more consistently. I said return. I meant deeper serve.
We all knew what you meant. All right, John's now serving 8-5.
8-5.
Can't believe he hooked that one wide, so Frazier's got to build on that missed opportunity for Johns. Nice job by Frazier handling that cat and mouse, which we mean when the ball's bouncing and they're staring each other down there.
Frazier is excellent at that cat and mouse because he is the combination of being so quick and the flicking. Frazier's flicks are devastating, and it's a nice way to play the cat and mouse game.
And suddenly, folks, we are 8-all in game 2. And another return sails deep. We're going to keep it right here. So Ben Johns looked like the whole ship had been righted, and now rocky waters have reappeared here, Scott, as he is 2 points from being knocked out.
Well, Ben's been there before, and I don't think he ever gets nervous. But Frazier has hit has taken his opportunity and hitting quality serves, quality returns, and He's played very, very solid to get that lead back, and now Ben's job is to find a way to get to just stop Frazier on his serve. Ben's got to get the ball back and go with his basic strategies, which he executes better than anyone.
So Frazier literally has been standing at the line ready to serve this entire timeout, jumping up and down. He is ready to go. Bob Phillips, our referee, is ready to go. Ben Johns got to find his best return here. It is 9-8 Frazier. Brilliant point after the timeout.
When Ben needed it, deep return to the backhand side and then covered that court beautifully.
8-9.
And that catches the corner at such a moment. What a clutch ball by the #1 seed, Ben Johns, and we're tied at 9. Tension in this stadium is palpable. Beautiful drop, and he went from staring at 8-9 now to a game point after the timeout. Frazier gets the ball back.
What a great execution. That
fantastic scamper by Frazier, and we're tied at 10, folks. Again, if you're new to pickleball, you got to win by 2. And we are looking at a match point for Dylan Frazier.
That passing shot was unbelievably difficult. It was so low, and he kept it low.
Had a forehand on his paddle to win.
I like that he
did
went for it.
He did go for it. Johns couldn't quite get the ball off the net cord.
The margins are so small.
Match point number 2 for Dylan Frazier.
11-10.
And that will do it, folks. Our number 1 seed has been defeated by Dylan Frazier. 11-6, 12-10. Frazier is moving on.
That is just amazing. We've seen, if you watch Ben play singles, he wins that match so many times. You always believe that he's going to come back and win because he always does. But to Frazier's credit, he just stayed on the plan. He kept hitting smart shots, deep serves, quality returns, and he's just so quick that he covers the court as well as anyone in the world. And if you can do those things and you can do it against Ben, that's where upsets come from.
That's where they come from, and that's what we had here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. We'll be back with a battle of teenagers, Georgia Johnson and Anna Lee Waters, from the women's side coming up next.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Electric feel is in my bones, in my bones, in my bones. Pay me color, make me glow, make me glow, make me glow. Shine like diamonds, bright as gold, bright as gold, bright as gold. Let those good vibes.
That's a great point by Tyson Duncan.
I got that glow.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking. It only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
New People Pickleball.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
My name is Simone Jardim. The biggest thing that I have struggled with is recovery. Going from one day of competition and then having to come back again and compete at the same level that I competed the day before. A lot of things that are available have really high content of sugar. I want something that has some taste that is not going to be bad for me. I started taking the Jigsaw Electrolyte Supreme and Pickleball Cocktail for hydration and recovery. It has been a game changer.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking. It only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Getting there would be easy. So we work, we drill, we train. And while we do whatever it takes to gain even the slightest edge, we found our biggest. Electrum has the most grip for spin and touch without sacrificing any power. Electrum, earn your edge.
What if you could have shades like these? for a fraction of big brand prices? With Shady Rays, you can. We're an independent company, so we do things differently. We offer high-quality polarized shades for a reasonable price. And we personally replace any pair that gets lost or broken. And so far, we've racked up over 100,000 five-star reviews. I founded Shady Rays so that we could have sunglasses that stand up to whatever life throws at us. Order now and get 50% off 2 pairs at shadyrays.com.
I think this is going to be our most successful launch ever. I'm really excited.
Hey, everybody, I have your coffee. There you go, boss.
Ben, mine was supposed to be iced. I asked for soy milk.
I ordered a 9-shot, 1-pump mocha, non-fat, no whip with exactly 4 shakes of cinnamon. This is only 3.
I'm sorry, guys. I can fix this. Let me just get these back.
You should probably stick to pickleball.
Mine's plain water.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a few years old or dinosaur old, we want to buy your car. Go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
All right, we are back. Battle of the Teenagers about to start. Dave Fleming here with Scott Crandall. Georgia Johnson to serve to Annalie Waters. Here we go. And not much of a birthday gift from Georgia to Annalie. Annalie turned 15 yesterday, and she's greeted with a net cord winner by Johnson.
Nice low passing shot. I like Georgia's backhand a lot. She'll hit a lot of great backhands today.
And right on cue.
2 for 2.
Sails a bit wide, and you saw Waters choose not to come in behind that after the deep serve by Johnson. Tremendous angle on the return.
Yeah, I've seen Georgia play quite a bit of singles in the last couple months. She is not afraid to go for her shots. That will lead to some errors, but will also lead to some greatness.
Certainly saw it on that return. Again, missing aggressively. Let's see if Annalie can get on the board here.
And that was Georgia's turn to return and stay back.
Yep. So you've got a...
And it didn't work.
It did not. A couple of teenagers who love to rip the ball. There's the first come on of the day from Annalie Waters as she follows a nice drop. Ball pops up. She rolls that two-hander for the winner, and we're knotted at 2. Ooh. Johnson, a little slide there at the end of the point. Seems to be okay. Pinpoint ground strokes by Waters there, Scott.
Exactly.
It's just nasty two-handed backhand roll there by Waters.
As a fan, it's enjoyable to watch them both stay back and hit ground stroke exchanges, but strategically, I would prefer the returner to come in.
Yes.
She put herself in a winning position. All she has to do is finish that. Easy to say.
Yeah, let that volley get a little behind her, and when the ball gets behind you, you're going to push it deep, punch that out in front. And Waters has rattled off 6 in a row after being down 2-0. Will the elder statesman on the court call a timeout here? Yes, the older teenager does call timeout. 7 straight from Waters. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open.
There we go.
All right, we are back. Dave Fleming here with fellow senior pro Scott Crandall. And Scott, we've seen a lot of ladies staying back here, and it's been all in Waters' favor as those points have progressed.
Nice deep return that time. Georgia still stayed back, but the return was so good it worked. Beautifully constructed point. She noticed Anna Lee did not come in off her return, so she took the first ball and hit a very nice approach shot, which made the volley quite a bit more makeable.
And didn't have to do too much with it, and smartly did that.
Tried to do it again, just missed deep. I don't mind the deep miss.
Great point by Johnson there, and Eileen Egloff, our referee, confirms that smash was indeed in, well in the corner there. That serve, though, is well out of the court, but going for it deep.
That serve didn't quite bounce up enough, and Georgia didn't get down to it.
And that's what can happen with the two-handed backhand. It's harder to adjust because you don't have the reach.
You would know, Dave. You've got the two-hander.
I do indeed. That's not an indictment. I highly encourage. Pulled a bit wide by Waters, so a couple of sloppy points on both sides, but Waters will take that exchange because she's up.
Yeah, she's being aggressive with it.
We're just watching two-handed backhand ground stroke BBs back and forth, but this has been all to Waters' advantage. 2 points from game one. Again, Johnson on the deck sliding to get to that. She says she's fine. And Anna Lee Waters, one day after turning 15, is 1 point from winning game one.
And she's doing it with that backhand. She's got the best two-hander in the game.
And that'll do it. So after being down early 2-0, Waters wins 11-3 and is feeling very confident going into game two. We'll see if Johnson switches up her strategy, maybe puts more pressure by coming into the net, We'll check that out right after we take a few minutes in here from the great sponsors of the Carvana Desert Ridge Open.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
All right, we are back for game two. Annalie Waters, on a day after she turned 15, is serving, wins game one 11-3. Let's see, Johnson changes the strategy.
Made it. Johnson did not come in off of that return. However, the serve was so good, she didn't have her feeder, and you can give her a pass on that one.
Yeah, and then scrapped her way back with a nice drop of her own and followed it up.
Really nice point construction there. It was that approach was moving away from Annalie, and it put Georgia in a great position right in the middle of the court to receive the pass.
And again, very patient volleys. Had the court wide open. Good job by Waters to track one more down, but Johnson too good on that one. Little skip after Johnson slapping those flat groundies here in this battle of the teenagers.
I don't know if she expected that one to come over. She was a little late to react to it, and then it gets low, and then that two-hander reaching low is a tough shot.
Yeah, and especially if it's low and flat, it's hard to make that happen. Serve sails deep from Annalie Waters. So again, one up here in game number two.
Johnson is definitely good at when she sees a short ball. She knows when to approach when she sees that short ball.
Beautiful job running Waters from corner to corner with deep penetrating shots, and Waters sails that one deep. Well played by Johnson.
another quality shot to a corner. Johnson definitely has the shot quality to compete here. It's just a matter of
I think we said that earlier, consistency of these, and don't give any freebies. Gets a freebie there herself. So, and Annalie Waters is not going to let this run any deeper than 3-1 down. So she'll take a break. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open here in Scottsdale, Arizona. All right, we are back in the middle of game two. Georgia Johnson's jumped in front here, up 3-1, dropped game 1, 11-3. And Eileen Egloff, our referee, gets us started for play. And the timeout works as she gets a missed serve. Annalie Waters ready to chip away at the deficit.
How was that?
I don't know if all right, the ball was seen wide and confirmed.
Ooh. Great return. Put herself in great position. Just overplayed the volley.
Yeah, huge swing there.
But I love that she's putting herself in winning position.
Yes.
Just stick with the plan. Good return.
Oh. The backhand before that down the line was unbelievable, and then just couldn't get underneath the next one. Timeout has paid significant dividends here for Annalie Waters, now up 5-3. I'll take that one, Annalie. 1 per match. It's my bad. And Georgia Johnson now looking to chip away at a 2-point deficit of her own.
So Annalie just executed good single strategy.
Yes.
Nice return, came in, and then just moved the volley to the open court. She was quick up there and eventually got the one she needed to put down.
Yeah, it's really hard to be passed if you are in control and keeping the ball deep. Man, these Johnson just laser beam returns and ground strokes are millimeters above the net and so deep. Great job by her on that point and throughout this match. Now can she do it and put a run of her own together? 3-5.
Yeah, this Johnson's quality is high quality, but the margins are small.
Yes.
Annalie's quality is high quality, but she's got topspin. Her margins are a little greater, and that's what gives her a bit of an advantage. Annalise, her margin over the net. She hits quality shots, but she's still got 6 inches to a foot over the net, so she just makes less unforced.
This return gets her to 6-3. And, it's tough if you feel like you're playing pretty well and you look at the scoreboard and it's 11-3, 7-3. You got to just be able to put that aside and move on to the next point.
And there she just hits through it.
Yes, good deep return there.
Don't play the score.
Do not. One of the few balls that have been sliced in this entire match here. That one finds the net, and we're at 4-7. There you saw the tremendous footwork of a soccer star as well, which young Annalie Waters is, and able to scrap her way out of a bad spot there to win the point, get the ball back.
Didn't miss it by much.
No.
I thought with all that topspin,
Yeah.
it was heading down quickly.
Just too good by Waters.
Georgia played such a good point, and then she gets past, which isn't going to help her want to come in more.
Right. Because when you mentally go, I just painted one in both corners, came in behind it, and still got beat, that's hard for me to go, I really need to get to the net.
But exchanging backhands with Annalie is also tough to turn that into a win.
The scoreboard sort of indicates that, might have a timeout coming up here, and we do. So at 3-1 down, Annalie Waters called timeout. She is now 9-4 up. Georgia Johnson has called timeout. So what would you tell Georgia here, Scott? You've played some fantastic points here, but the scoreboard doesn't indicate that it's tight, even though some of these points have been very tight.
Yeah. When Georgia has time and hits a strike, a ball that she is on balance, she should keep hitting her shots, and if she can, follow it in, because her shot is so good. If she came in, she would have a nice volley to stay ahead in the point. But when you stay back and Annalie knows that you're not following it in, Annalie can hit a much safer, easier ball to continue, to get you involved in a baseline rally, which is what Annalie is very, very good at, and she's going to be favored in the baseline rally. So I would not want to play baseline rallies with Annalie. I would want to get to the net off of a quality approach, which Johnson is more than capable of doing, and just stick with that basic singles strategy. Otherwise, you play into Annalie's strengths, and Annalie's strengths are strong.
To the parking lot where we've got the Corn Dog Company, Woodfire Pizza, and
So Annalie is serving at 9-4. She's 2 points away.
Wow. Come out of the timeout, hit as good a return as you possibly could, Scott, and you lose the point. And here we are at match point for Annalie Waters. Sails deep. Can she keep the ball for a while? Crowd is entertained.
Just tremendous speed there, Scott. Yeah, I mean, not only speed, but she gets there. The timing of the footwork, she just looks like she's hitting it perfectly in stride.
And that reply sails deep, so a great battle by two young, tremendous players, but Annalie Waters and her topspin backhands overcome some beautiful flat backhands and forehands from Georgia Johnson, who ran into a player who was just a little bit better today and made a few less mistakes, and that moves Annalie Waters along here in the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. So great match between the two teenagers, and Annalie Waters gets herself a birthday gift with a first-round win. So I'm Dave Fleming with Scott Crandall. We'll be back with more great singles action here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Electric feel is in my bones, in my bones, in my bones. Pay me color, make me glow, make me glow, make me glow. Shine like diamonds, bright as gold, bright as gold, bright as gold. Let those blue lights.
That's a great point by Tyson Duncan.
I got that
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made-up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking, it only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
New People Pickleball.
For many of us, we just charge ahead, because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
My name is Simone Jardim. The biggest thing that I have struggled with is recovery. Going from one day of competition and then having to come back again and compete at the same level that I competed the day before. A lot of things that are available have really high content of sugar. I want something that has some taste that is not going to be bad for me. I started taking the Jigsaw Electrolyte Supreme and pickleball cocktail for hydration and recovery. It has been a game changer.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made-up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking, it only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Podiums are reserved for winners. No one ever said getting there would be easy. So we work, we drill, we train. And while we do whatever it takes to gain even the slightest edge, we found our biggest. Electrum has the most grip for spin and touch without sacrificing any power. Electrum, earn your edge.
What if you could have shades like these for a fraction of big brand prices? With Shady Rays, you can. We're an independent company, so we do things differently. We offer high-quality polarized shades for a reasonable price. And we personally replace any pair that gets lost or broken. And so far, we've racked up over 100,000 five-star reviews. I founded Shady Rays so that we could have sunglasses that stand up to whatever life throws at us. Order now and get 50% off 2 pairs at shadyrays.com.
I think this is going to be our most successful launch ever. I'm really excited.
Hey, everybody, I have your coffee. There you go, boss.
Ben, mine was supposed to be iced. I asked for soy milk.
I ordered a 9-shot, 1-pump mocha, non-fat, no whip with exactly 4 shakes of cinnamon. This is only 3.
I'm sorry, guys. I can fix this. Let me just get these back.
You should probably stick to pickleball.
Mine's plain water.
All right, we are back. Dave Fleming here with fellow senior pro Scott Crandall. And Scott, Tyson McGuffin is now gracing us on the center court here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. Had his way in his first match, has played another match and won 11-1, 11-0, and now he's going to run into a fiery competitor in Julian Arnold, who has all the strokes, who is going to be yelling. There's going to be a lot of activity and energy coming from Arnold on the other side of the court here.
Yeah, Julian is the type of guy you like to watch play singles for all the reasons you mentioned. But also, he was a fantastic tennis player. But yes, he's fiery. I wish we had a mic on him because I don't think he is extremely verbal. Here we go.
Julian Arnold to serve to Tyson McGuffin. Here we go. Let's play pickleball.
The volume that I told you was coming. Great drop. Got a little luck after that Goodman, but he was there. I think that's the difference. The foot speed is definitely there. I mean, he's just great by that. Very high quality cast on line. But it's a
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a few years old or dinosaur old, we want to buy your car. Go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
There we go.
All right, we are back. Wendy Raths and Brenda Alley are our referees, and we are witnessing a onslaught from Julian Arnold here. Up 7-0, got his last point on a foot fault on a overhead. Timeout works for McGuffin, so can he put a run together here, Scott?
Well, Tyson is an extremely experienced player. He knows how to come back from these deficits. He'll just go back to basics. There they are. Deep serve, and then keep the ball down until he gets his opportunity, and then executes the pass perfectly. Great point from McGuffin.
Great job by Arnold there. Gets the ball back, only 1 point of damage done, and you see him. He'll prance around the court. He's ready. It's all energy, and when the energy is positive, he is a lethal competitor.
I don't know if Tyson believed if his return was going to be in, and he didn't get in with enough intensity to be ready for that pass.
Yes, we've all done it, but you got to believe in yourself. Just a ridiculous, very limited margin to be able to pull that from a return down the middle and find an angle, and Arnold does there, and it's 9-1.
Tyson's he's not going to panic.
No,
he's just going to run his game plan.
Just missed it wide. Just missed it wide. And when you're up 9-1, guess what you can do? You can play loose. Coming into the match, you can play loose. And now he's playing even looser and hitting beautiful returns and cross-court winners.
But Tyson knows he needs to keep playing his game and make the guy continue to hit these high degree of difficulty shots. If he can do that, well, then he might beat you. But it is tough to keep that up. You have to make the person keep that up. So don't panic. Stick with the game plan.
Yeah, and McGuffin's loose, talking to the folks watching.
And there you go. Just a quality serve that just doesn't come back. Perfect.
McGuffin again leaves the paddle out there with the audience going, is he going to hit it? Of course he's not going to hit it, and it's 3-9. And the serve has been paying dividends here in these last 2 points, really deep, getting a miss or a short return.
Nice return, and Arnold was all the way in great volley position, which made that pass tough.
Yeah, that foot speed of Arnold creates margins. Gets a freebie there on the missed serve. Can McGuffin continue to chip away here? Now within 5 at 4-9. Called timeout, down 7-0.
And you can see in between points, McGuffin is slowing down.
Yes.
Taking his time to get the ball.
Because Arnold wants to play in a hurry when he's going good.
When it's hot, yeah,
Yes.
You want to keep it rolling.
So that volley just misses 5-9. Just too good by Arnold there.
Just puts it right in the corner and to the forehand corner, because Tyson has to freeze because you sort of think everything's going to go to the backhand, and it's a very nice execution from Arnold.
Short return's going to get destroyed by Arnold, especially when he is on it. And folks, there's a replay of just a beautiful ball. McGuffin calls timeout. We'll keep it right here. So
Arnold,
go ahead.
Arnold has hit that inside in forehand, either from the middle of the court or from even on the ad side of the court, and hit it inside in down Tyson's forehand side. A lot of guys take that forehand and hit the inside out forehand to the backhand side. He has hit a beautiful inside in forehand repetitively for passing shot winners, and it's got pretty nice margin over the net, and it's dipping, so it's a very high quality shot. But that's a thing that Tyson has seen enough times he will adjust to it. You can't continue to do the same thing to a pro without them adjusting.
All right, so McGuffin knows he can't take the timeout into the next game, so he uses it here. Game point number 1 for Arnold here at 10-5. Just misses deep, and McGuffin gets the ball back. He's seen deficits worse than this before, but his opponent is playing at an extremely high level.
The thing is, when Tyson has faced guys who are playing at an extremely high level, and Tyson knows that he can match it. Tyson's not going to, he has no time to play himself into it now. He's got to go big right now.
Yes.
Just a little high with the pass.
Again, it's
got to get it on the ground.
So we're at 10-6, game point number 2 for Julian Arnold. And an obscene forehand winner by Julian Arnold off a deep center return. Still found that angle. He did it several times throughout game 1. And folks, it is a wild day in singles here. We saw Ben Johns go down to Dylan Frazier, and our second seed, Tyson McGuffin, is staring at a 1-game deficit here. We're going to all take a deep breath here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open, and we'll be right back with game number 2. All right, folks, we are back here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. Dave Fleming here alongside fellow senior pro Scott Crandall. And Scott, wild results on our center court here so far today. McGuffin is staring at a 1-game deficit. What would you tell him to do if you were in his corner?
I would tell him to make Julian beat him with his backhand. Julian Arnold has proved that he can hit that forehand pass. I would prevent the forehand. Great start for McGuffin.
Sometimes just getting that is a mentally stimulating start. Just couldn't shape that around the corner there, but tremendous point and foot speed by both players.
He got to it. If there were strings on that racket, he would have curled it around.
Oh, just deep there. Just deep, and Arnold said he doesn't need those because he definitely was in position to put that away. So that ball was deep, and McGuffin's off and running 3-zip in game 2, excuse me. And the paddle down is the sound of a timeout, Scott. So we're going to take a quick timeout ourselves. Tyson McGuffin, 4 points without even giving the ball back here at the beginning of game number 2. We'll be right back.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
All right, we are back. Timeout called by Arnold. McGuffin has not turned the ball over to start game 2. Won the first 4 points. Both players, a lot of energy during the timeout. Arnold trying to find that same zone from game 1. 4-0 McGuffin.
Two of the 5 have been missed returns.
Yes.
Arnold, he puts so much slice cut spin, slightly risky.
Great stick volley, yes.
That's great volley.
Telling himself, let's go. You can see him bouncing up and down in the frame. Can he get his first point of game 2? Turn just deep. One five.
I like that return from McGuffin because he got it all the way over to where Arnold had to hit the backhand. We already know he can make the forehand, make him beat you with shot number 2.
No doubt. You know, you talked about the severe slice that he does use on his return, but when he hits it right, that is a penetrating ball deep, and McGuffin's not. Slice is coming, so it's easier to hit topspin off a slice, but not able to get underneath that one. The word is fight from Arnold. 2-5.
Great return. Not only deep, but penetrating through.
Yes.
So Arnold was well behind the baseline when he had to hit that shot.
Okay,
Great
the barking
combo.
from McGuffin has started. So slick little Ernie here by Arnold, because if he hits it too hard, he's out of play, so he just drops it.
He didn't overplay it.
But follows it up with a missed serve, unfortunately. So no momentum gain from that sneaky little Ernie that he found.
So we've been talking about how good his backhand slice return is, and then Tyson served to his forehand last time.
So ball seen just deep on the far baseline. So Wendy Rass just getting our score correct here. We are at 7-2. McGuffin serving. Drop game 1, now has a 5-point lead here in game 2.
I I like McGuffin changing the serve location. A couple of the forehand. Now when you go to that backhand, he hasn't been doing it every single time, and you got a miss out of it.
Yeah, there was some venom behind that put away by Arnold. Says let's go before the ball had even bounced a second time. And
ooh, we have a verbal warning. Arnold's firing himself up. I didn't hear anything. I love his energy.
And he is washing his mouth out with soap right there. And here we go. No one is a bigger energizer of themselves than Julian Arnold, 3-8. Oh, filth on the two-hander there. If the return is short, you give somebody with tennis strokes a chance to step into it like that, and man, did he ever.
Yeah, that one, when he can step in, catch it in front of him, that was routine for someone his quality. That's the shot he made 5 or 6 times in game 1.
Yes, stamped game 1 win with one of those.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you return even shorter, you don't have the time and the angle. I think maybe that one was even short enough for McGuffin.
I think you're exactly right. It's tough when you're shorter in the court to get it up and down and keep it in. So you take something off and find the net.
You can see Arnold holding his fingers just slightly apart. He's missed 4 or 5 balls by less than an inch.
McGuffin's drop was ridiculously spinny and good.
Tremendous point by McGuffin, and now he's talking to the crowd. He's barking, he's talking. That's when you know McGuffin is engaged, and he is now staring at his first game point here in game 2. So just a few too many gifts from Arnold there, and the level of McGuffin goes up, and we will see a game 3 between these two fiery competitors. Arnold takes game 1, McGuffin takes game 2. We'll take a break and be right back in just a few minutes. This is the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. All right, here comes game number 3. Julian Arnold to serve. We will switch sides at 6. Wow.
Speaking of sides, which side would you prefer here?
Well, the far side has won both games so far, so I would rather be McGuffin and finish on the side that has won if there is a difference here.
Agreed. Which is why I think Tyson probably chose this side to start game 1 on. so that he could finish a potential game 3 on the good side. Just went for a little too much. It was a pretty sexy looking shot, though.
He may have hit a ball that was sailing just a bit wide, but you hate to let that go if you're midair flying Ernie looking like a Cirque du Soleil actor. You got to hit it. All right, there's a little barking by McGuffin. Arnold saying, "Everything you got, fight." I love the spirit in this match, Scott.
They are both into it. But since game 1, McGuffin has asked a lot more of Arnold, which is what he needed to do.
Cannot miss the serve here, especially when that wasn't smoked. Like if you're trying to do something big, it's different. Sails well deep, and Arnold in a bit of danger of letting this just slip away a little bit. Really needs a good return and a good point here. And there goes the sound of a timeout again as the paddle slides across our center court surface. So we're going to take a quick break as Julian Arnold tries to channel that energy positively here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. Don't go anywhere. All right, folks, we are back. It has been quite a day here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. Our second seed, Tyson McGuffin, battling Julian Arnold, just hitting ridiculous forehand passing shots, got himself a win in game 1. McGuffin righted the ship in game 2 and now has a 3-point lead. Arnold just called timeout to try and get that energy going. Oh, McGuffin can't believe it. Incredible quickness by Arnold to even get a paddle on that. Just got the edge of that electrum paddle off the frame, off the tape. Winner.
That's the value of his effort.
Yes.
See, that's the experience of Tyson McGuffin. He's giving Arnold he's giving him different shots. He's making him hit more backhands and less forehands. He's making him have a complete game, which is hard to be good at everything.
Yes.
That was too good.
Great volley there by Arnold. And, you know, even if you don't score, but you are winning good points on your opponent's serve, you at least start to feel good about your game. Now let's see if he can pay that off on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I was going to see, is Arnold's energy going to turn into negative energy because he's losing? But he is staying positive.
He's within one. Ambitious inside-out topspin. Sometimes you want to just throw that in the kitchen and find a better ball you can pass with.
I agree. It's like live to see another ball, because that's a tough one to pull off. But that's why McGuffin's volley was such a smart shot.
Again, uses that shortcut volley. He knows McGuffin's one of the fastest players. You have two of the fastest players in the pro game here on the court.
Arnold has been very efficient. When he gets a high volley, he doesn't waste them. He finished that point off.
And it's placement over power, which I love. And
back to the cross-court forehand winner from Arnold.
And the 4-1 lead is gone. So that teeter-totter of is the energy going to go negative did not.
Credit to him. Credit to Arnold for keeping the energy high even when things aren't going well and staying positive, and he's turned the first half of this game around.
Again, we'll switch at 6. That's one Arnold would love to have back. It's sat right there in the middle of the court. He's hit better balls off more difficult returns. Who will get to 6 first to switch? Kisses the tape, which forces that slice volley wide. Arnold having a discussion with an inanimate object right now.
That's how small the margins are. Yes. That's just a winner if it doesn't hit the net.
Clean right in the corner. Best point of the match goes to McGuffin, and he is growling, he is barking, and he will switch sides with the lead. 6-5 switch in. Scott, what do you think is going to happen as we switch sides here in an epic game 3 so far?
I think Tyson has done a great job of changing the dynamics of each of these points to kind of favor himself. That 5-all point just now, Tyson hit just one smart shot after another. Julian ran them down, but Tyson kept putting it in the right place to finally get the ball that he could put away. There were multiple chances to go for too much, overplay. McGuffin does not do that. He played smart and then finally got the ball that he could put away high percentage, and did. So also, he's heading over to what we suggested was the better side.
Yeah, the scoreboard has certainly said the other side is the better side. Will it actually pay off for McGuffin, as the Game 1 winner and the Game 2 winner came from that side of the court? So
yeah. I actually think it's minor, and at this point, these guys are both so into it. It's more about patterns of what shots am I giving this guy, and where is he gonna hit the pass. So, can Arnold execute that two-handed pass?
We shall see. Again, if you're wondering where the sun is, the sun would be more in the eyes of Arnold on this near side.
That is
with a
that
kiss.
Is a high-quality volley, but, I mean, it was up above net height, but he still finished it nicely.
Great angle. Again, like you said, showing him having to hit something different. Now a little shorter return to the backhand. You've got to get around that with that so much slice, and if you don't leave the paddle square, it'll sail to the side, which it did there. We got a whole body fault on that one called by Wendy Rass. Unbelievable, able to get there. I hope Julian is fine. Unbelievable effort. Unbelievable. He's shown it throughout the match. It's been sliding everywhere. He's going to take a timeout to just regroup.
I like that timeout.
Just hit the ground pretty hard there, and it's a forgiving surface at all. This is...
Well, and at this juncture, it's... What, a 2-point lead for McGuffin now?
Right.
Let's just stop it right there. Late in game 3, you really have to keep it. You got to keep it close. You got to keep it close. You can't just. You don't want to play a loose point because you just fell. You get up.
Right.
He's got to be fired up, being himself. Get that positive energy going, and
And you can see him on the side of the court, just getting himself loosened up.
He looks good. He's like, I don't see any limp. I think he's just activated that glute by.
Got to activate those glutes.
Sometimes
got to
you
be
got to
ready.
activate them against the concrete.
Yes, and he certainly did. The effort has been unbelievable by Arnold here.
And he plays such a high-quality point. A great return, followed by a great open court volley, followed by another one. Tyson did nothing wrong. And
McGuffin makes you have to hit one more ball, Scott, but he was ready. Great recovery by Arnold. And then serve goes deep, and he's verklempt. He can't believe it.
It's always a fine line between crush the serve deep or just guide it back deep, and that was overly guided. Loose points late in game 3 just
can't
crush you. But you just got to step it up bigger now. And he does. He knew it, and he did it.
Yep, bouncing around. Seems no worse for wear from the fall a minute ago. He's got to play his best ball here. Remember what he did in game number 1 to get that victory in game 1. And the serve has left him. That was a couple feet deep.
Yeah, the energy will get you so far, but the shot execution, a couple missed returns and missed serves at the wrong time.
Wow. And suddenly McGuffin is staring at match point. So
he's not going to give up, though.
No way.
He is not going to give up. He's going to get fired up.
So one is saved at 10-5.
We made a serve. Nice.
But can't follow up with the two-handed backhand that he had a great look at. So it's just not as clean. Game point number 2 here for McGuffin. And that'll do it. So Arnold came out gunning, wins game 1. Had a lead in game 2, but McGuffin fights through it, shows the champion that he is, and is able to overcome energy, foot speed, ridiculous forehand passing shots. So Tyson McGuffin is moving on. Julian Arnold showed the caliber of player that he is there. What an entertaining match we had there. Another great match coming up here next. It's the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. I'm Dave Fleming with Scott Crandall. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back with some more great pickleball. Don't go anywhere.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made-up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking, it only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only Carvana, new way to buy a car.
New People Pickleball.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
My name is Simone Jardim. The biggest thing that I have struggled with is recovery. Going from one day of competition and then having to come back again and compete at the same level that I competed the day before. A lot of things that are available have really high content of sugar. I want something that has some taste that is not going to be bad for me. I started taking the Jigsaw Electrolyte Supreme and Pickleball Cocktail for hydration and recovery. It has been a game changer.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made-up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking, it only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Podiums are reserved for winners. No one ever said getting there would be easy. We work, we drill, we train. And while we do whatever it takes to gain even the slightest edge, we found our biggest. Electrum has the most grip for spin and touch without sacrificing any power. Electrum. Earn your edge.
What if you could have shades like these for a fraction of big brand prices? With Shady Rays, you can. We're an independent company, so we do things differently. We offer high-quality polarized shades for a reasonable price. And we personally replace any pair that gets lost or broken.
Launch ever. I'm really
Hey,
excited.
everybody, I have your coffee. There you go, boss.
Ben, mine was supposed to be iced.
I asked for soy milk. I ordered a 9-shot, 1-pump mocha, non-fat, no whip with exactly 4 shakes of cinnamon. This is only 3.
I'm sorry, guys. I can fix this. Let me just get these back.
You should probably stick to pickleball.
Mine's plain water.
All right, folks, we are back, and We've got another terrific men's match here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. Dave Fleming alongside fellow senior pro Scott Crandall. And we've got Tyler Leung and J.W. Johnson. How'd they get here, Scott?
Well, let's take a look at Tyler Leung. He beat Damian Spizo in the first round, 11-6, 11-2. Then faced Christian Keenum, who's a really good up-and-coming singles player. He beat Tyler, won that match, 11-5, 11-7. While I talk through the first point, sorry. And then J.W. Johnson beat Zachary Grabovich first round. Then beat Ben Newell second round, 11-8, 11-7. Ben's a good player.
Very good player.
That's a close match, but this one should be great.
And, of course, we saw J.W.'s sister playing earlier today against Anna Lee Waters. So Johnson's all over center court here. And this is going to be a match. You got a lefty and a righty. You got the firepower of Leung and the athleticism versus those cool hands of J.W. Johnson.
I wonder who is more athletic here.
And you're not saying they aren't. You're saying sick levels of athleticism.
I'm saying you can't assume it's the younger of the two.
Correct.
Because Tyler Leung is just an incredible athlete. But the shot quality coming off the J.W. Johnson paddle is
significant.
It's a lot, and you got to deal with it.
You know, like we've said in some prior matches, let's not let that forehand beat us. Let's make the backhand beat us. So you see Leung go to the backhand after a couple of forehand winners. And has a forehand winner of his own that was just ripped.
Tyler Leung can hit some great forehands from some bad positions.
Head on over to that big white tent for your medals.
If you're playing against Tyler Leung, you have to, if he's hitting a forehand, you have to expect it to be amazing and just cover it.
All right, on singles, 4.5, 19 plus.
So again, you know, in the singles game, you just don't want anyone to get as comfortable. Move the ball around. If you find something that's working, stick with it.
2-3.
Johnson finds the backhand passer.
Well, he just proved to you he can hit the backhand pass as well.
There's no doubt.
3-3.
Very ambitious with the ball, 1 millimeter off the ground to try a topspin pass.
3-3.
He tried that though because he kind of has it. He
does.
He can hit a forehand flick winner from some pretty positions.
Tough to be that patient after you have a patented Tyler Leung earning winner that then somehow is back in your side of the court. Find the open court and execute it. We're 3-all.
It's fun to watch Tyler Leung play the kitchen cat and mouse singles points because he's just so fast. He's good at it. He's good at that because he's so fast he can make everything be a forehand.
And that stab sails just long, and J.W. Johnson jumps in front, 4-3.
4-3.
Cat, mouse, bait, cheese, everything was out there. Great job by Leung of also has that tremendous reach to go. The athleticism wins that point.
Playing a lefty, there's going to be some different patterns for J.W. Johnson to adjust to.
Yes.
Your natural shot to go inside out to a righty's backhand, well, that's Tyler's forehand. So.
You heard the sorry. After the pop-up, Lung knew the point was over. Didn't move. Johnson expected to move a little bit. Little shin tattoo. Big forehand roll by Johnson. Another beauty in the corner, and we're at 6-4.
I'm thinking Tyler is going to do everything he can to keep J-Dub from hitting a forehand.
Lung in complete command, likely to win the point 80% if you looked at a graph and then suddenly a ball off the tape creates a problem. And he said, you got to be kidding me. And Johnson playing so solid right now, has a 3-point lead.
Didn't quite. Once Johnson's ball tipped the net,
yes,
Lung ran straight to the side, hoping that it would bounce and give him an angle for the ATP, and it didn't quite get wide of the post.
Yeah, so it was the HTP, which you hate. Wow, and Johnson just playing tremendously, getting the rolls. And Charlotte Jorgensen announces the timeout called by Tyler Lung, so he's going to take a break. We'll take a break as well. J.W. Johnson on a roll here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a few years old or dinosaur old, we want to buy your car. Go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
There we go.
Great work at the kitchen line and 2 points from winning game one. Lung cannot believe that ball stayed in. It just caught the outside of the line. And game point number 1 for J.W. Johnson. Johnson tried the sneaky, I'm going to try and hit you with this one, and Lung's hand's ready.
Yeah, that'll work against some people. Lung's hands are too fast for that, though.
Oh, look at that effort by Tyler Lung, but Johnson had him on a string all over the court.
Johnson looks really cool. Lung is not making him uncomfortable at all.
And that will do it. J.W. Johnson takes game 1, 11-4, and looked very good doing it. Tyler Lung will look to regroup, and we will be right back after these words from our sponsors. All right, Dave Fleming back here with Scott Crandall. J.W. Johnson takes game 1, 11-4. Tyler Lung ready to put more pressure. That's what we're looking for. Make Johnson uncomfortable if he's capable.
I agree.
So, and that's disheartening right there. You chip it to his backhand. And that's a winner from Johnson.
Got away with it, but I would want Lung to put some more on those volleys. Yeah. He's just making them, and Johnson's getting to every one of them. So you're counting your hopes on your opponent missing, and these guys just don't miss that much. You've got to force them to miss.
Yep. Good rip by Lung there. That would have been a clean winner. Hit the tape, still stayed in. There's a couple in a row for Lung. Can he continue that, ripping that forehand? You see the unique grip he has, runs that index finger up the paddle.
My clients ask me all the time if that's okay, and I'm like, well, there's a lot of good players who do it,
yes.
So it is absolutely okay.
It's the great part of pickleball. There's not a right way to play it. There's a right way for you to play it. And there's the foot speed.
And a higher quality put-away volley.
Yes. That's the ball you want to bounce as you're trying to get that cat and mouse stare down at the kitchen, and started, just wasn't able to do it. Oh. The flying Ernie coming in here, tried to sneak it behind, and Johnson's hand's just so good. It looks so effortless there, Scott.
J.W. Johnson's backhand passing shot has improved.
Yes.
You know, like he's getting better all the time, but
Yes.
that's better than the last time I watched him.
Come on. 2-3.
We need Kramer Sims to come to the tournament desk. Kramer Sims, tournament desk.
Again, great effort, but moving Loon at his mercy from side to side.
Johnson was very well balanced and in control of that.
3-2.
Another really nice backhand pass.
Yeah. So now what? Forehands in the first game, backhands in the second game.
To me, the now what
And
is
here goes the timeout.
Keep it out of J-Dub's strike zone.
Yes.
So maybe, like in the last match, McGuffin was hitting him shorter and lower.
Yes.
So you got to get it up and down. If you hit this, if you give J.W. Johnson the same ball, he's just going to tee off.
Yep, so lots of people here in Scottsdale, Arizona teeing off on a different type of sport, but we are here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. We'll be right back. Tyler Loong trying to find a way to turn this around. We'll be right back.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
All right, we are back here. Appreciate all the referees here. Charlotte Jorgensen and Karen Sabalta getting us through this and making sure everything's on point here. And J.W. Johnson serves. Timeout works to get the ball back. You're like, yeah, I'm smart. I got that ball back. Look at how heady I am. Now can he do something with it? Yeah, the first backhand just way too high, and that set off a series of unfortunate events for Loon.
Yeah, I feel like he needs to serve a little bigger against JW.
Yeah, just again, we talked about in the first game, just make this less easy. And not that it's been easy, but just make him a little uncomfortable. Unbelievable reach there, because I think Loon thought that's a winner.
It is amazing how well balanced J.W. Johnson is at full stretch.
There's the patented Loon Ernie, able to get this one down. And it's the anticipation. I mean, incredibly athletic, as we talked about earlier, but to see it, you got to go. Good patience by Johnson after Loon guessed correctly on the prior sitter.
Patience is exactly right. Wait.
Lunged and went, because it was stretched out, not wide. And that's when you think the world is just piling up on your shoulders, because he was in much better position on the prior point. Got to just throw that away. Good finish by Lungen, a little energy there.
Yeah, maybe he can use this.
Yeah. Sometimes when you feel everything seems to be conspiring against you, use that. Put a chip on your own shoulder.
Yeah, take something from it. Add some energy to your game.
Incredible roll on the dead run and slide. These guys that slide, my goodness, ACLs are snapping everywhere. Don't do this at home, folks. Unbelievable. Here's the replay of that. Just a beautiful series of events, and then takes his time to find the open
nice
court.
Misdirect to finish it.
Just over, just wide there. And I like he even threw in a slow pace serve. We talked about deep, change it up, whatever, but when your opponent gets onto your pace of your serve, throwing one in at 20 miles an hour is always a good change of pace to make them generate the power. Phenomenal Tom and Jerry action at the kitchen line there for you cartoon fans. Just great athleticism.
It's amazing Loon can sit there ready for the Ernie on the right side of the court and have the left side covered.
We need the following players to report to the tournament.
And that stays in.
The other thing Loon proves is that
the bracket is
depth on serve is what matters, not how hard you hit it. Because he's hitting nice, deep lobby serves.
Mayor, Bernstein, and Johnson come to the tournament desk for player briefing.
Got a good look at that one, but on the dead run, it's hard to hit that as accurately as you want. So we're within one now at 6-5. And the last few minutes have felt very Loon dictating.
Yeah.
And we talked about
He's found
putting
his pattern.
pressure. Exactly. Putting pressure on Johnson.
Loon knows his game, and he doesn't play the same power game everyone else plays. He hits the ball soft, waiting to jump at the next one. He really positions himself well to attack anything floaty.
Yeah, on the prior point, you saw a ball that a lot of people had to leave bounce because they're not fast enough or don't anticipate it nearly as well. So Johnson's had some pushback at him, still up a game and even. Let's see what he does at 6-all.
And Loon's ability to cover so many shots forces Johnson to go for too much and miss these passes.
6-6.
And just the first bit of bad body language from Johnson. Just for a second, I think that forehand's probably sailing deep from Loon. And that's where you want to make the other player play. If you see the shoulders dip a little, make them play.
Yeah, I agree.
And the Ernies are just such a huge part of his game, and they continue. Impressive job by Loon finding his game here.
7-6.
Consistently hit good returns.
Yes.
And those quality returns, you just Johnson's got a lot of pretty routine side outs.
Yes.
And he's made Loon earn everything he's gotten.
Yeah, and the effort to come back can sometimes reach a point that doesn't get to 11. You bring everything you have. So let's see if Loon can push through at 7-all. Great timeout there by Loon because you got the lead. You had to give it back here now with a missed return. So, all right, let's settle in here. All right, so it's now 8-7 Johnson here in game 2. You love to coach up a bunch of people. I sit you next to Tyler Loon. What would you be telling him right here?
Well, Loon found his he found his pattern and it got himself back where he got the lead.
And when
So
you
he
say
had-
found his pattern, what did you see?
Well, he was putting himself in positions and putting Johnson in positions where he was like Loon was reading what was coming next and then pouncing on that. And he doesn't do it in like the traditional way. He kind of puts you in an awkward spot with no pace. And Loon is very good when he gives you no pace. He knows you've got to do something, and he reads it so well and he's so fast he covers it. So he was putting himself in those patterns. You can only, but he was putting himself in those patterns because he was dictating. When Johnson dictates and Loon has to respond to Johnson, Loon is behind in most of those points, and those are to Johnson's benefit. So Loon has to dictate the pattern so that he ends up getting the setup shot. He hits a setup shot and then finishes with his athleticism. He needs to put himself in that position by not letting Johnson be offensive first. So take charge and then hit your setup and then finish it. And then just notice. Well, he noticed the momentum switch, which is why he called the timeout. He had Loon had the momentum. J-Dub just took it back with 2 points, and now Loon has stopped it with the timeout. Hopefully on his behalf, and we'll see if he can side out Johnson and get things going back Tyler's way.
Yeah, so we're at 8-7. Johnson to serve. Loon, smart timeout. Let's see if it pays off. And it does. So, again, you feel smart. Now, can you score? Yeah, backhand pass just way too high. Just routine volley for Johnson.
Loon is so good. I expected him to make a great forehand there. I thought he was going to make that.
He's there. He's there. He's not there, though. Got himself back in the point after the Ernie got him out of position and then couldn't make the ball bounce.
Yeah, the forehand he hit on the retrieval after the Ernie was brilliant.
Spectacular.
9-7.
I think he knows he got away with one there. Return right to the center of the court doesn't usually work.
7-9. Point.
All right, gets a gift to move within one. 8-9 here in game 2.
8-9.
Smart job by Johnson there. Had seen some backhands that were up. I'm sure Loon course corrected there, but over corrected.
9-8.
He finally finished it.
Yes.
I would have preferred he finished that about 2 volleys before, but
he got there.
He got there.
8-9.
So kept him at 9 a couple of times in a row here. Just deep. Johnson, another chance to move within one of a match victory. Or a return sails deep, and Johnson has his first match point here. And that will do it with a wicked forehand pass. J.W. Johnson moving on to the semifinal, where he will face the winner of, pulling this up for you guys. Yes, he will face Dylan Frazier coming up in one semifinal. The other semifinal features Jay DeVilliers and Tyson McGuffin. So we're going to have a couple of great semifinals for you later. Up next, we're going to have the ladies back on the court. Thanks so much for watching the PPA. We're at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open. We'll be back with more great singles action. Don't go anywhere.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control in one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Electric feel is in my bones, in my bones, in my bones. Pay me color, make me glow,
Tyson McGuffin
make me
just
glow,
back
make me
at the
glow.
baseline.
Shine like diamonds, bright as gold, bright as gold, bright as gold. Let those good vibrations
That's a great point by Tyson McGuffin.
I got that glow.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, Browse for cars that fit your budget. Then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking. It only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
New People Pickleball.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
My name is Simone Jardim. The biggest thing that I have struggled with is recovery. Going from one day of competition and then having to come back again and compete at the same level that I competed the day before. A lot of things that are available have really high content of sugar. I want something that has some taste that is not going to be bad for me. I started taking the Jigsaw Electrolyte Supreme and pickleball cocktail for hydration and recovery. It has been a game changer.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car buying, car vending machines, and now putting you in control of your financing. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking. It only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana, the new way to buy a car.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
Right there. 445, 50 plus, 60 plus. Rose takes a step closer.
Illinois.
Howard. So Peter Briggs.
All right, folks, thanks for coming to the Carvana Desert.
All right, folks, we are back, and we've got a tremendous women's semifinal. The second seed, Anna Lee Waters, just a day past her 15th birthday, against Callie Smith, the 3 seed. It's going to be a great match. It's a replay of the Tournament of Champions gold medal match in Utah last year with Callie Smith, who's from Utah and in the near court here warming up. Had a huge following. Anna Lee was able to win that match. And before we get into this, we got to thank Carvana, who is the name sponsor of this terrific event. And Carvana is such a great company and such a great way to get a car. I bought a car for my daughter through Carvana, and when you go to pick up the car, Scott, the cars are in a vending machine. You've seen them throughout the country. There's one here in Tempe. You look at that standing there, you're like, wow. And if you bought the car, you actually put a token in the machine, and then the car comes down to you. My daughter was blown away. So Carvana, thank you for your support of the PPA. Thank you so very much, and we really appreciate it. Can't do it without all of our sponsors, and we'll continue to talk about everybody throughout the day. Thank you to the volunteers, to the referees, and to the whole PPA Tour team. So, Scott, now we've got the ladies back after some really good J.W. Johnson and Tyler Leung. J-Dub just able to just elevate a little bit above Tyler Leung. What do you expect to see here with Callie Smith and Anna Lee Waters?
Oh, I think this is going to be a very competitive match. Anna Lee is just all about her shot quality. She's, super fast. Callie Smith, equally athletic, very strong. Callie Smith fights so hard, so it's great to she really competes hard, and she's one of the longer players on tour. So when she's up there covering that net, she really at full reach. She can cover some court. So Anna Leigh is going to have to be very accurate with her passes, and Callie Smith I think that constant pressure is going to ask some questions, and so Anna Leigh will have to be sharp. So I think it's a great matchup of skills, of Anna Leigh's ability to pass, Callie's ability to cover the net. Looking forward to this.
This is our second ref, Maxine Behrman. Thank you to all the referees. Can't do this without them, and this is going to be a tremendous battle. The fire you're going to hear out of both players. There's going to be come-ons yelled on both sides of the court without question.
Yeah, this match will rival the McGuffin Julian Arnold match with fired up players after every good point.
All of that was triggered by the return that must have been a millimeter in over there.
Yeah, every point's going to be just like that.
We got to come on right out the gate here. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Just wide on the volley by Callie Smith.
That's how I saw it, too.
Yep. We're looking right down that line.
Not enough to overrule the call. Side out. Oh, I like this. We've played 3 points and had 2 questioned line calls.
Clearly. Okay. Side out.
Okay. Everyone's into it. Let's go. So there you see on the deep return, Anna Leigh not able to come in. Callie is going to pounce on that opportunity every time.
Callie made her pay with a quality approach and very solid position at the net. I really like how when Callie hits an approach and comes in, you can feel her presence up there. So she's a scary target to have to pass. You've got to do something great.
She's going to be pounding those feet. They're going to be dancing. They're going to be jumping. Gets a freebie. We may hear the sound of a timeout here any minute. Anna Leigh is never going to let a big run happen against her.
I'll be curious to see which corners Anna Leigh chooses to return to. I think Callie is pretty balanced on her passes on both sides.
1-3.
Great setup, but you don't have to hit the winner to pass. You just need a combo. Just get it down low, get the pop up, and she finishes that easy one every time.
Nice and smooth. Look at your fans. Yell, come on. Lather, rinse, repeat here. Yeah, we're going to set a fist pump record, I think, here, Scott.
3-2.
I've seen that pattern twice.
Yeah, so, you asked the question before, will she continue to go? Okay, the forehand's gone in the net twice. Let's make her think about it.
2-3. Point.
Another 2-shot pass.
Yes, and there it is again. And so smooth. Don't have to overhit it. Placement over power, just inside the line.
3-3.
Great execution by young Anna Leigh Waters. Callie Smith sticking the volley there. You have to with somebody who's quick like Annalie Waters.
3-3. Point.
So she went to the corner where she'd gotten the mistakes, but pulled it a little too wide there, and Smith up 4-3. So there's, you know, as you play a match, you put things into your vault of what have I seen. Now I've seen 3/3 missed on the forehand. You have your corner.
Callie Smith has been very efficient with her volley.
Yes.
Once she gets a volley, even net height, she puts it to a nice corner spot, nice angle.
And just watch her feet as she comes in.
It's tough for Callie hitting those shots to Annalie's backhand, because you know Annalie's backhand can go anywhere,
Yes.
so you have to guess.
So you have the deception of the two-hander. Callie called herself, and actually the paddle was the first thing in the kitchen that time, and then feet and untold other 4-4 in a beautiful match here so far. Timeout.
Even though Callie lost that point, she sends the message that I'm going to run everything down. So you might get an unforced error going for too much eventually. So it's a good message to send to your opponent.
So I think there Callie Smith takes a break to just compose herself. Great fitness. We're going to compose ourselves. This is a great match. We'll be right back here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're going to do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get the lowest low rate possible. You will.
Podiums are reserved for winners. No one ever said getting there would be easy. So we work, we drill, we train. And while we do whatever it takes to gain even the slightest edge, we found our biggest. Electrum has the most grip for spin and touch without sacrificing any power. Electrum. Earn your edge.
All right, we are back. Dave Fleming here with Scott Crandall, and just a great match. We knew there'd be energy. We knew there'd be athleticism, and Annalie's got a 1-point lead over Callie Smith. So she calls timeout, drops a volley in there, and covers the open court.
She's one of the few that can do that, where she hit the drop volley as bait and then took that full step, covered the angle. Looked dangerous to me. That
Anticipation was, she was there. I think she saw the winner off her forehand there, but got a ball up. She actually hit down on that a little bit.
5-4. All right, we got some more medals to present here with the women's singles 3-5, 35 plus. With the silver medal, we got
Another stuck volley by Callie Smith. So finding the angle too really angles the paddle. If you want to look at how different people volley, her angle of the paddle face is really nice.
With the goalie of Emily Elliott. And the women's singles 4-0 35 plus with the goalie of Ruth Warren. Please go over to the pickleball central tent. Come get your medals.
Did you see it, Brad?
Did you see it?
I did, ball's out.
I don't know how he can be 100% sure about that.
The score is 5 on this side.
It's a 5-4.
5-4. Point.
Really bad luck there for Callie Smith. Unbelievable to put it in a place where Annalee's got to hit a great ball to beat her on the next one.
6-4.
There's a high quality return to stop the momentum, get the ball back, see what you can do on your side.
Yep.
4-6. Point.
Every point is come on tokens being put in each camp. 5-6, Callie Smith to serve.
Yeah, there's good tension. Nice
Yes.
close match.
Yes.
Every point is contentious. Got a little wind picking up now too.
It's coming across the court.
Yeah, it's coming across the court to Callie's forehand side,
Yes.
Annalee's backhand side. So you can use that when you hit your passing shots.
And Annalee chose to stay back there and paid the price.
Yeah, it was a nice roll. It was a very well executed cross court roll by Smith.
6-6.
And there again, we've seen it throughout the day, the difference between that drop, which is the right choice, bouncing or not, and the damage that will do to you if you can't.
If it bounces, you're in good shape, and if it doesn't, you better be
Sayonara.
fast.
Yes.
Side out.
I think Callie Smith has practiced receiving that high arcing serve because she is returning it really well.
6-6.
Because there's can be risk in hitting your return that hard, but she's hitting it so deep.
She's hitting it deep, and she's doing it confidently.
Yes.
Like, I've practiced this, so here it comes. Thank you.
And that's what you want in this sport. You want repeatable things that are just common. It's what I do. It's what I do, Scott. I mean,
of course.
That's what she's saying, and it's 6-all. And Callie Smith claps the paddle after that one. Big, beautiful two-handed backhand roll from Annalee Waters.
Annalee always seems to make the right decision with that backhand.
And there's another one. And she has course corrected by going for her serve a little more instead of the depth, hitting more pace, and she's gotten shorter returns from Smith. And Smith calls her second timeout. And again, this is why we love pickleball, Scott. Just the subtle change. She's been serving the deep. Callie's been crushing it. Let's hit some pace on it and see if we can't get a ball that we like from that. And because we've been running down some trouble off that Callie Smith forehand return.
Yeah, I'm a fan of not giving a pro player the same ball repeatedly. Even if it's a really good serve, if you give them the same one, a pro player will adjust and get some rhythm and hit you a quality shot back. So I like changing the pace, changing the height, change their eye level. Annalee is doing that. She's just naturally picking up on that high serve has been returned very well. Well, let me give her something else, and she's used it to her advantage. So that's just a nice natural adjustment that she's making along the way.
Yeah, she's also brought that two-handed backhand to the forefront, and as you said, how can she make the right choice every time? Because your opponent is guessing some of the time because the two-hander has so much deception. You can let the ball travel. She's pulling it wide when they cover down the line, and when they stay cross court, she's going down the line.
Well, if you hit a quality shot with it either way, it always looks like the right decision.
It does indeed. Short return sets up a pass, and Anna Lee Waters is looking at game point number 1.
And 6.
Just didn't curl it around. Stays wide, so Callie Smith fends off a game point.
6 hand. Point.
Little baseline rally there.
Yes, and again, that big forehand by Callie Smith has been incredibly effective within different point parts throughout this match. That one in a ground stroke rally. And there's the danger of rolling one of your own cross court to feed the Anna Lee backhand. Just don't want to do it. Game point number 2 is a beautiful inside out forehand by Waters. So after it being 6-all and very tight and very tense, Anna Lee Waters with that backhand able to separate. She takes game 1 11-7. So semifinal number 1, game 1, Anna Lee Waters 11-7. We'll be right back here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open.
What if you could have shades like these for a fraction of big brand prices? With Shady Rays, you can. We're an independent company, so we do things differently. We offer high-quality polarized shades for a reasonable price. And we personally replace any pair that gets lost or broken. And so far, we've racked up over 100,000 5-star reviews. I founded Shady Rays so that we could have sunglasses that stand up to whatever life throws at us. Order now and get 50% off 2 pairs at shadyrays.com.
I think this is going to be our most successful launch ever. I'm really excited.
Hey, everybody, I have your coffee. There you go, boss.
Ben, mine was supposed to be iced. I asked for soy milk.
I ordered a 9-shot, 1-pump mocha, non-fat, no whip with exactly 4 shakes of cinnamon. This is only 3.
I'm sorry, guys. I can fix this. Let me just get these back.
You should probably stick to pickleball.
Mine's plain water.
All right, folks, we are back. Anna Lee Waters takes game 1 11-7. She's the 2 seed. Callie Smith, the 3 seed. Great battle here. Our referees are Tom Whitson and Maxine Behrman. Appreciate all their work here. And let's see if Callie Smith can get that energy back, get that fist pumping back, punish some of those forehand returns, and dictate the points on her terms.
She got away with that one because
Yes.
I wouldn't want. I don't want to face Anna Lee's two-handed backhand
So that
pass
time
there, but she guessed right.
She guessed
Great
right
shot.
and won.
But what they're both doing is the word you just used is dictate.
Yes.
They're both dictating the first chance they get, and that's the way to play. That's the way to play singles. They're both doing it right.
0-0.
Just so smooth, and Callie Smith claps the paddle.
Yeah, if there's one thing I would tell Callie, it's easy to say, hard to do, is just stop, but don't let Annalie hit as many backhands. Make her beat you with the forehand. Direct traffic that direction.
She said you were there, and she absolutely was.
But even if she makes it, Annalie's going to hit a backhand.
Yeah. Great stick volley there by Callie Smith. So you want to get rid of that 0 quickly, especially if you lost game 1. You feel that momentum coming. Don't let that go too far. You saw Callie Smith, I know many players, myself included, use that paddle to push off when you're trying to chase down a ball. Tried to get there, was not able to. That's when your mind explodes. The ball comes off the tape and you're like, I'm going to be tricky here. She's going to think I'm going cross court and I'm going to just ease it down the line. And then you're like, did I really just do that?
When it works, it feels great. It's like,
yes.
Oh, I'm smart.
Yes.
And then when it kind of gets up a little high and Annalie hit down on it.
Darn it.
That's the opposite. That's a great play. She ran all the way outside the sideline, hit it down the line, but because she's so quick and athletic, still had the court covered.
Yes.
A great combo of a low down the line on the first, dipping on the second, and that's 2 quality shots in a row. That's enough to win.
So when you can get your 5th, your 7th, whatever it is, to bounce, you're back in. You're trying to even this point out.
So for Smith, that 2-hand backhand roll is probably good against most players,
Yes.
but it feeds in. Annalie is just too good over there.
It's the beginning of a losing pattern in this particular match.
Exactly. I don't want to lose to what everyone knows is the best shot in women's pickleball. Make her beat me with something else.
Absolutely.
4-1.
And she hits an inside-out forehand at an angle off a return that hit the center line, which gives very limited angle.
5-1.
It's a tremendous shot by Waters there. I expect the paddle to hit the ground here, and there it goes.
Receiver, 1 minute. Score is 6-1.
So you're getting nothing for free from Annalie here, and she is playing at a high level. You see her there talking to her mom, Lee Waters. They'll be playing together later this week. We're going to take a quick break. The Waters are dominating in the desert here at the Carvana Desert Ridge Open.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a few years old or dinosaur old, we want to buy your car. Go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
There we go.
So the crowd is loving this battle. Annalie Waters really playing sharp, serving at 6-1 after the Smith timeout. And the lethal two-handed backhand again.
Yeah, I don't know what Callie Smith could have done better.
No. On the dead run.
7-1.
So the Utah and Callie Smith faithful are urging her on to see if she can just get some of that momentum and energy going here at 1-7.
All right, we have a men's 3.5, 60-plus medal school boys. We have a bronze medalist, Mike Carvana, silver medalist.
It seems like the right play. Oh, I'll move it over there,
Yes.
but it's just not.
Her angle is better than your angle is the problem.
Yeah.
7-1.
And then goes back behind her there. I mean, great stab, and Smith goes where you would think the next ball would go.
Yeah.
You would think. Okay. All right. What a get by Anna Lee, and then what a stretch by Callie Smith to finish the point, get herself fired up. Can she just get to 2? Just get to 2 and see where we go from there.
You just want to see, can I find a pattern that will work for me? And can I change these patterns that aren't working for me? It's like, you got to.
So just flood the right side of the court for a while and see what happens.
Yeah. A lot of times when you just go to that forehand side, then it will open up the backhand side with something finishable.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that you want to do in this situation is go, I'm going to know this. Whether she is aware or not doesn't matter, but I'm going to just, we're going to only almost play skinny singles here, where I'm going to just say, hey, everything's going on the other side. And for those of you that don't know what skinny singles is, you only play half the court when you're playing singles. Let's just force the ball over there and cover the angles that would come from that and not even worry about that backhand until it is wide open and then go there.
Yeah, I agree, and it's something that's a strategy. Callie Smith is athletic enough and covers the net well enough to execute a plan like that. It's just counterintuitive. It's not what you would do on autopilot. Right. It is like you've got to be outside of your comfort zone to execute that plan. But you know, to be good at singles, you've got to be able to execute whatever plan you need in the moment against a particular opponent.
Because that smart dropping it to the backhand needs to be abandoned at 11-7, 8-3. So here we go.
I'm in. 3-8. Point.
It's 3 straight for Callie Smith.
Yeah, when in doubt, fight hard.
Point.
Okay, now a little pressure creeps in. It's easy to hit away at 8-1.
Well, and Callie Smith knows how to use momentum.
Yes.
She's a great front runner. I expected her to make that. Like,
just in the middle of that momentum in the run,
when
yes.
her game gets hot, like she makes everything.
Yes.
That one needed to be made.
Again. Just don't want to feed that. 2 points from a chance to play
9-5
for the gold. Tremendous volleys.
Really nice angle.
Great deep return. Set up the, again, just beautiful placement.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it with that.
Made it a very tough third to play.
9-5.
That's thinking outside. Like the drop shot, she hadn't played that yet. Make your
her move
opponent
forward.
run forward. You know she's good at running sideways.
Yes.
5-9.
So that time she stays at home, gets the sitter hit back to her, and she's within 3.
34-6. 6-9.
There's that backhand again. Just
and that's just a play that looks to me like Callie has practiced, and she's just, I'm going to hit the cross court drop, and it's a good shot against most people except AL.
great anticipation there by Callie Smith.
Yep.
I've seen that down the line a couple of times here in a row, and she was there.
She covers the court.